I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, June 17th. Today, a Manitoba First Nation goes to court.
This is not only a legal matter, it is moral and a spiritual one.
Barons River First Nation files a lawsuit against Manitoba Hydro and the provincial and federal governments, why they're suing and what they want the court to order. Also today,
many visits to get a sick note are actually medically unnecessary with no symptoms to verify.
Sick of sick notes. The plan Manitoba doctors have to reduce the time spent dealing with work absences due to illness. And
the whole neighborhood was here, it seemed.
Celebrating a milestone for an inner city resource center. How many years the Gilbert Park Resource Center has been in operation. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. A Manitoba First Nation is suing the province and federal government as well as Manitoba Hydro. With the details, CTV's Taylor Brock joins us now. Taylor, which First Nation is suing and why?
Well, Marilee, Barons River First Nation alleges the Lake Winnipeg regulation project has caused environmental and cultural harm.
Genpeg's powerhouse and spillway are the linchpin of Hydro's Lake Winnipeg regulation works.
According to Manitoba Hydro, the Lake Winnipeg regulation project, which went into operation in 1976, regulates the flow out of Lake Winnipeg to help reduce shoreline flooding around the lake. It also optimizes power generation along the Nelson River. However, in their lawsuit, Barons River First Nation alleges the operation of the project has had a devastating impact on their treaty rights and reserve land.
Our people can no longer fish where their ancestors fished. Our medicines no longer grow where grandmothers once harvested. This is not only a legal matter, it is moral and a spiritual one. The land is our life, the water is our spirit.
They're asking the court to award compensation, including the cost of remediating reserve land and the damage to structures, docks, and homes. They're also asking for an injunction preventing Hydro from operating the Lake Winnipeg regulation project.
So what is the province, Hydro, and federal government saying about this lawsuit, Taylor?
Well, Marilee, CTV News reached out to Manitoba Hydro, the provincial and federal governments. The province and Hydro declined to comment, saying the matter was before the courts. We have not yet heard back from Ottawa.
All right, thanks for this, Taylor. A 67-year-old man walking on the Trans-Canada has been killed after being hit by a pickup truck. It happened early this morning in Headingley. RCMP say a westbound pickup truck hit the man who was walking on Highway 1 near McGuckin Road, close to Thunder Rapids Amusement Park. Emergency responders pronounced the man dead with no fixed address at the scene. The driver of the truck was not hurt. Collision analysts are continuing to investigate. The province is warning about more potential measles exposures across southern Manitoba. Included is the Steinbach Church of God between 9:45 a.m. to 2 p.m. on June 1st. The Manitou Motor Inn Bar on June 9th between 3 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. VB's Entertainment Center in Winkler that same day from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the Triangle Oasis Restaurant in Winkler on June 11th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. If you were at any of those locations, you're encouraged to check your immunization records and monitor for symptoms for about 3 weeks. Cranberry Portage RCMP have destroyed a device resembling a pipe bomb found on the school grounds of Frontier Collegiate Institute. RCMP were called about the suspicious device found in a school dorm room yesterday around 9:30 in the morning. RCMP tells CTV News the device was found within a box in a dorm. Staff found the device as they were preparing for the return of students who had been evacuated from the community due to wildfire. RCMP Explosives Disposal Unit determined the device contained no explosive powders or anything which could have made it dangerous. It was safely destroyed. The investigation is still ongoing and no criminal charges have been laid. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency is investigating a case of bovine tuberculosis discovered in the Pembina Valley region. The CFIA says it was found last week in a 7-year-old cow which had been slaughtered. The herd has since been placed in quarantine and will be tested. The agency says animals that test positive will be destroyed and the owner compensated. Doctors Manitoba is repeating its call to end the practice of requiring a sick note from a physician to verify short-term illness.
I twisted my ankle doing goat yoga.
Should I be worried about this rash?
We don't send medical problems to HR.
How can I help you today?
Well, I'm only here because I need a sick note for HR.
So why do we send HR issues to the doctor?
The organization launched this campaign today called Sick of Sick Notes. The group's president says doctors get about 600,000 requests for sick notes every year and says eliminating the need for sick notes will reduce administration for physicians, freeing them up to handle more patients.
Many visits to get a sick note are actually medically unnecessary, with no symptoms to verify and no new medical care required. Those visits cost taxpayers about $8 million per year.
Dr. Nichelle Desailly says eliminating sick notes will free up 300,000 appointments annually, the equivalent of 50 more doctors. The campaign calls on employers to eliminate sick note requirements for short-term absences and is providing human resource tools to better manage employee absenteeism. The mayor is stepping down from the Winnipeg Police Board. Scott Gillingham says after hiring a new police chief and launching the Safe Winnipeg initiative, the time was right to step away. A new councillor will be appointed as city council representative. Gillingham also nominated a new citizen member to the board to fill a vacancy. Council now needs to approve businessman Amit Kapoor's nomination at its next meeting. Well, the community came out today to celebrate a major milestone for an inner city resource center.
The whole neighborhood was here, it seemed.
The second annual Gilbert Park Smudge Walk this year helped mark the 20th anniversary of the Gilbert Park Resource Center, which provides programming and services for people in the area. The event started at the center with a ceremony honoring Indigenous culture and traditional medicines before making its way through the neighborhood to a nearby school.
I've never seen such a large number of people participating, and it shows support, not just for traditional ways, but shows support as a community. We are all part of the community, no matter who we are, where we come from, what we believe in, we're all together. So that's what matters to me.
The smudge ceremony is used to cleanse oneself and create a space for peace and connection. All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. We saw a little bit of rainfall here in Winnipeg late this afternoon, but the really good news is I've been seeing people sharing, the doorbell camera video from Flin Flon. They got some much needed rain there today.
Yeah, those doorbell cameras have been very informative, haven't they, through this wildfire process? Yeah, a little bit of rain. Looks like it did come through the Flin Flon area. Light rain showers mid-afternoon. We will take what we can get. The good news is also no thunderstorms looked as though they developed there. Looks as though a little bit developed in the southeast corner of the province, but let's head a little further east. Much more active weather passing through northwestern Ontario. Non-severe thunderstorms, but sticking in that area. Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued air quality alerts, specifically special air quality statements for parts of northwestern Ontario. Back on our side of the border here in Manitoba, no alerts are in effect. That doesn't mean air quality won't be a little challenging for folks with sensitivities at times, but I'll have more details on that and a look ahead to the rest of your forecast. I will show you that as well. But let's take a look first through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, 24 degrees, and it's windy with those winds coming from the northwest. The pressure's falling and the humidity is 41%. Out in traffic, busy coming off the Norwood Bridge there. But speaking of bridges, we just looked at it, the Esplanade Real pedestrian bridge. The city says it will be intermittently closed for a special event tomorrow from 7 in the morning until 8 at night. If you're on your feet or on your bike, you might experience some brief delays for a moment or two.
It's getting almost impossible for the average person, let alone somebody who's senior, to be able to determine whether these are real.
Sophisticated scammers target Canadians. How to fight back and avoid becoming a victim. Imagine traveling all the way to Paris and finding the doors to the Louvre locked. There were no smiles for the Mona Lisa after a staff walkout. As Lionel Moy shows you, workers are sounding the alarm about a growing problem.
A protest in Paris brought the world's most popular museum to a standstill. Thousands of confused tourists left waiting for hours yesterday after staff at the Louvre refused to open the doors. The exhausted employees rebelling against mass tourism and crippling crowds. The beloved museum, home to masterpieces such as the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo, now sees nearly 9 million visitors each year, about 25,000 per day on average. But the main entrance, Ayampe's famed pyramid, was built to handle less than half that, only about 10,000 people per day. The constant crush of visitors taking its toll on the gallery. An internal memo warning the museum is wearing out, with water leaks and temperature fluctuations putting some of that priceless art at risk. President Macron recently announcing plans to renovate and build a separate entrance for visitors coming to see the Mona Lisa. But workers want changes sooner. It's not just the Louvre suffering from over-tourism. From Italy to Portugal to Spain, locals are protesting overcrowding and the rising cost of living in destination cities. In Barcelona, protesters spraying tourists with water guns in hopes of cooling down tourism.
Canadians lost more than $600 million to scams last year, and many of the victims were seniors. CTV's Pat Foran shares some advice on how to avoid some common scams targeting seniors.
A senior trying to invest money in GICs was scammed out of $750,000.
I've got zero, nothing.
Another senior got caught in a romance scam and handed over $20,000 to criminals.
He fell in love with me when he seen my picture.
Roofers going door to door scammed this woman out of $80,000.
There's way more damage here than we thought.
And this man got caught in the grandparent scam and lost $8,000.
I would say it's the worst thing with money that has happened to me in my life.
We've seen an increase in especially investment frauds targeting older people in Canada.
The Canadian Network for the Prevention of Elder Abuse says seniors need to stop being so trusting and not worry so much about being polite.
It's okay to be rude. No is a full answer. You don't have to justify anything. You will not hurt the feelings of the scammer.
It's getting almost impossible for the average person, let alone somebody who's senior, to be able to determine whether these are real.
Cybersecurity experts say many seniors overshare their personal information online, which can lead them to being hacked.
So if you go into a senior citizen's Facebook account, you'll see pictures of their grandchildren, when their birthdays are, the names of their spouses, where they went for their vacation last year. All this information is a veritable, it's a jackpot for any sort of hacker.
Seniors are advised to educate themselves about scams and adopt good online habits like using different passwords and changing them often. Families are also advised to speak to seniors about scams and protecting their identity, and they should speak with a trusted friend or family member if they're concerned something is a scam. Pat Foran, CTV News.
We call them a landline now because they have cords coming out of them.
Tom Green is on his way to Winnipeg when the Canadian comedian will perform in our city.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Tom Papa.
Colleen Brady back now for Spotlight, and we kick things off today with a Canadian comic who has just announced he's coming to Winnipeg.
We sure do. Canadian funny man Tom Green is hitting the road with the show in Winnipeg this winter.
Actually, it was called a phone. We call them a landline now because they have cords coming out of them. And if you follow the cord, you can follow the cord, and eventually the cord plugs directly into the land. Okay?
The actor, director, and broadcaster will hit the stage at Burton Cummings Theatre February 7th for his Tom Green Stompin' Comedy Tour. You can expect an evening of Green's signature brand of off-the-wall comedy and some original songs. Tickets are on sale Friday through Ticketmaster.
All right, yesterday we heard Sloan is coming to Winnipeg, and now we're hearing a group of classic Canadian bands are booking a trip to our city.
Merrily, not one, not two, but three iconic rock bands are joining forces for an unprecedented co-headlining Canadian tour.
She got hate, she got love.
Listen to this amazing lineup. The Tea Party, Headstones, and Finger 11 all in one show. They're slated to rock Winnipeg's Canada Life Centre on December 1st. The idea for the tour emerged as band members regularly crossing paths at various music festivals. Well, they realized they had never toured together, and what began as a casual conversation quickly evolved into a tour schedule. Artist ticket pre-sales start tomorrow morning. General tickets go on sale this Friday. And that's not all. No. The Winnipeg Art Gallery, Hal Mayork, is hosting a hip-hop R&B rooftop concert Saturday to celebrate National Indigenous Peoples Day. And you can return on Sunday for a workshop with several prominent musicians such as Toronto rapper Shad and Toolman from the Haluchi Nation. Tickets for the concert are pay what you can on the WEG's website, while the workshop is free.
All right, now to some big news regarding Friends star Matthew Perry's death.
That's right. A California doctor charged with giving him access to ketamine in the weeks before his death has agreed to plead guilty. The Justice Department says Dr. Salvador Plasencia is expected to plead guilty to 4 counts, carrying a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison. Matthew Perry was found unresponsive in his jacuzzi in 2023. An autopsy revealed he died from the acute effects of ketamine. Prosecutors say Perry first used different doctors for ketamine infusion therapy to treat depression. But when they refused to up his dosage, he turned to Plasencia and Dr. Mark Chavez. Chavez has already pleaded guilty to writing fraudulent prescriptions and will be sentenced later this year.
All right, a new Netflix documentary out today is following the rise and fall of a notorious Toronto mayor. I bet you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. We are talking about none other than Rob Ford and his, at times, chaotic mayoral reign.
I remember getting a call from this guy who said he had a video of Ford smoking crack.
Trainwreck, Mayor of Mayhem, covers Ford's rise to power as well as his scandals. This includes admitting to smoking crack cocaine. The director says she wanted to show the more human side of the late mayor. She says Ford was struggling with addiction on a very public platform, and she hopes her film makes people consider the circumstances that led to the now notorious crack video.
The Michael Jordan of hot dog eating is making a comeback at the competition that made him famous.
What a moniker. Joey Chestnut will be returning to the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Champion Eater had been a staple at the event, of course, but he was banned last year after he struck a deal.
I can't even watch this.
It's hard. I don't know. He reached a deal last year with a plant-based food company, Impossible Foods, but on Monday, Chestnut pledged his allegiance to Nathan's Famous, which hosts the competition each year. Chestnut has won the mustard yellow belt 16 times. In 2021, he ate a record 76 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes.
He's sweating. The mustard yellow belt.
Yeah.
This is a televised event. It looks like
big ratings, no doubt.
People I don't know how people can watch that. Oh,
well, different.
But hey, he's
everyone to each their own.
That's a lot of hot dogs for a short period of time. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Coley.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out later on that day how well he is or not, if you know what I mean. Take your primetime lineup tonight for a spin at 7 with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and catch a double shot of The Rookie starting at 8. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look now on Portage Avenue. More traffic heading inbound than into sunny St. James. Speaking of which, the sun is shining. It's 24 degrees. It's windy. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, we have have somewhat of a role reversal scenario happening where yesterday we had the non-severe thunderstorms coming through southern Manitoba really for several hours. It was the north that saw a little bit more precipitation today, and also out to the east too. Actually, the southeast corner did look like it got clipped with a non-severe thunderstorm or two, but you can see again the action is really to the east over northwestern Ontario, passing through the Red Lake area, heading into areas north of Dryden through Sioux Lookout. It looks like these thunderstorms are non-severe at the moment. Now heading up back into the wildfire area up in northern Manitoba, we did have some light rain showers that came through the Flin Flon area mid-afternoon. It's been dry the last couple of hours, but the winds will be still pretty strong and gusty at least until the first part of this evening before they diminish. But until they do, there's still the risk of thunderstorms. So while the precipitation, of course, is welcomed, lightning strikes are not. Back into northwestern Ontario, special air quality statements in effect tonight issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada related to wildfire smoke there. No weather alerts related to smoke in effect or air quality are in effect issued by Environment Canada tonight for Manitoba, but that doesn't mean you won't experience localized smoke, particularly in communities closer to those wildfires. But again, you see tonight those showers, scattered showers crossing the north, they diminish overnight. Pretty clear for us here in the south overnight as well. We get into Wednesday, and then again the roles reverse one more time. We see showers coming through southern Manitoba tomorrow into tomorrow night, and maybe even overnight too, more focused in the southeast, pushing off into northwestern Ontario by Thursday morning when we dry out again. So this will be a week where things change back and forth an awful lot. We're already seeing that happen between dry days and rainier days. 15 tonight, the sky clears this evening. The winds will ease up mid-evening and be really light for much of the night. 25 tomorrow with the possibility of thunderstorms in the afternoon as those northwest winds pick up. The UV index Wednesday is 7 or high, and a very quick look at your long-range forecast. Thursday, we could see showers heating up by Friday through the weekend. Sunny Saturday, soggy Sunday. To our weather photos we go. This first one takes us out to the, well, Christopher is from Mitchell. Now, I believe he spotted this rainbow not too far away from there. Beautiful shot there indeed. And then this pier leading out to Lake Winnipeg up in the Interlake at Donater. That photo is from Bradley, and you can send us yours to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, it's not just superstar players who dream of making it to the big leagues. One hardworking bat dog had his chance to make his major league debut over the weekend. Meet Bruce. He was brought to Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. for a pregame bat retrieval ceremony. The almost 2-year-old bat dog for the AAA Rochester Red Wings has been working his tail off, Colleen.
Oh my goodness,
for this opportunity in the big leagues. But despite his stellar major league debut, Bruce is returning to his AAA duties in Rochester. He's still a good boy.
He sure is.
All right. That does it for us this hour. Don't go far, though. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with much more local news. Hope to see you then.